Hey guys, so the videos they keep coming. Y'all gotta appreciate these transits. More in which I make a lot of videos or recordings turned videos, and do a lot of uploads. Okay, and I kind of want to touch on other people who are dropping into my arc space, my arc field, via Apollo, the messenger, Mercury. Okay. Um, if you haven't yet noticed, let me just tell you why I'm here and what my purpose is. Okay? Because I'm not just a tarot reader. As a matter of fact, I do fancy tarot cards, but I don't have to use them. So I would definitely say I'm definitely not just a tarot reader. I can do tarot though. I'm not just a spiritualist. I'm not just an intuitive. I got a great purpose here. And that's why these bitches and these ninjas trying to eliminate me via black magic, via these hitmen, these hit women, these handlers. It cannot be done. And once you know who you are and your purpose here, it makes everything so much easier because then you don't have to worry about shit that will just never happen. How is this? So if you haven't yet noticed, my purpose, I've said this before, it is to infiltrate systems to fuck shit up that is not ethical, which is to say shit that ain't fair. And I'm on to the music industry. I spoke some on the intuitive industry, but it wasn't in depth. And as time progresses, spirit will lead me on. I'm not gonna go before the spirit. Okay? Alright. So I wanna cause like I saw this video pop up in my YouTube feed about Shenseea's album sales. And I did predict that, all this money being spent on her is just going to be in vain, is in vain. All this, support from people are supposedly, leaders, MPs, members of parliaments, which is that's what MP means. These politicians, let me just make a broad statement. These politicians and yada. Let me tell you something. You think they don't know that art is life? They know the power of music and fan bases. And anybody they see rising, they be quick to attach their snake like reptilian, nasty, corrupt frequencies onto these people to manipulate them and, by large, to manipulate the mass of people. Fuck is this? Let me tell you something. I am a singer, songwriter, astrologer, intuitive, so much more. So many more titles. And I don't want shit to do with politicians. When my music starts to sell, when I start going viral in other countries, okay? When I become, trending, I don't want shit to do with them. Period. Dot. I don't even use a phone number anymore, for business inquiries. Because listen, I am filtering shit out completely. And there are a group of people that I want nothing to do with. And politicians, they are on top of the motherfucking list. You feel what I'm trying to say? When I've been telling people that this bitch and Romeich have been watching my social media and regurgitating shit that I've been like putting out there whilst doing black magic and sorcery to hide my shit. Them and other people too, they're not the only ones. Yet they cannot keep a good man down. Just can't keep a good man down. I be just like spitting the sizzler kanji, lyrics like damn. Those are like prophecies, those are strong, powerful, messages in his songs. And then we got bitches who are they're spitting nothing but nonsense and fuckery. Nothing to edify the people. And they're supposedly trending. That's not true. Because I've been saying this for the longest while. These bitches be buying subscribers, followers. Like, if you are in the social media realm, you know all about this, because these people who work for the social media companies, YouTube, Facebook, claiming to be Meta now, Instagram claiming to be Meta now, and all these social media platforms, they have people work for them who are low-key selling people subscribers and followers. They know about it. And that's another way how they make extra money. They know about it. Plus, they be hiding some people's contents and taking their contents and selling them to the highest bidders. And that's what Spirit's been saying to me for the longest while. And I trust my intuition beyond ever trusting anything or anyone. I'm learning more and more never to doubt my intuition. Wherever Apollo leads me, wherever Apollo leads me, wherever the Great Spirit leads me, wherever Spirit leads me. You hear that confidence. They have been doing the black magic, trying to make me sick, trying to make me die, trying to, make shit really hard. And Spirit brought the bitch into my focus. And I'm like, okay. I don't believe in coincidences. I know, bitch, you've been doing something that you shouldn't have been doing. And her mama got something to do with it too. But the sellout gets sold. And there's more to be sold for trying to fuck with a witch. So I'm not just any celebrity, tarot reader, or any tarot reader, or just any intuitive. You go figure who the fuck you be dealing with, or these people be dealing with. And let me tell you how life is. Spirit will let you think that person is a pushover, so they can be your destroyer. So they can be your destruction and annihilation. They can annihilate you and obliterate you and destroy you and shred you. Not shred you. Make you into dust. Because it's always the ones of us who are small, petite, innocent looking, who gets picked on. And Spirit knows that shit. I be telling people, hey, Spirit is very humorous as fuck and sarcastic. And it's not the one who looks big and tall like a giant who you should fear. It's the one who's little and puny little and petite, looking like David. That's the motherfucker you should be afraid of fucking with. And that's why I say the Matrix is an illusion. Because you see somebody 5 feet 2 inches, 110 pounds, looking so innocent, like they couldn't hurt a fly. No, I'm not gonna hurt a fly. What did a fly ever do to me? But if you fuck with me, I will crush you. Like how some of you crush flies and mosquitoes. As a matter of fact, I don't gotta do that shit. The spirits surrounding me, they'll do that shit. My demons, they'll do that shit. I didn't say I'm a devil. I didn't say I work with devils. I said demons. A demon is different from a fucking devil. A devil will pretend they're not a devil. They will pretend they're not who they are to trick you, to manipulate you. They play fool to catch wise. But how can you catch the wise? Especially when you're acting a fool. You feel what I'm trying to say? A demon is a demon, and they don't hide that shit. That's that evil coming to slay your wicked, devilish ass. And though it's flop. It's a flop. 936 goddess frequency. All praises. It gotta be a flop. And that's a sign. Because when you see a lot of people supporting, and listen, she don't got a lot of people supporting her. She got a certain set of people supporting her. Let me say that, because I already made that statement, which is correct, that a lot of those subscribers that you see on her YouTube channel, a lot of those followers on Instagram or wherever else she's got is, an account, they are bots, majority of them. You feel what I'm trying to say? Plus, they broke. The ones who are not bots, they're broke. The people who got the money, who are willing to spend money, they don't like her arrogant ass. She got no humility about her. And when I spoke about this, it was then she tried to incorporate that shit into her speech. But bitch, you done already created that pathology of yourself in people's psyche and their minds, their mentality, their minds. You already told them that you all that, when you not all that. You just another light-skinned bitch who thinks she's all that. That's all you are. That's all you are. And I'm going ham on her and bitches like her who has no substance. The fuck? Oh, you put up a video. Oh, so you can sing. What the fuck does that prove? There's so many of us who can sing. How you can sing one way, but is there versatility in you singing? Okay, in your vocal ranges? No. You know how to regurgitate people's shit, sing people's songs, but can you write your own fucking songs and sing them? You cannot. You're stuck at a certain frequency because you have that frequency where you only know how to imitate. There's no authenticity about you. I'm sick and annoyed of shit like that. And I'm going to touch on that song that she did, that Dolly song, to show you the arrogance and the straight up disrespect of that song. Now, when she made that statement in the beginning of that song, and let me just say, can't these bitches, especially here in Jamaica, can't they write songs and make songs, except for Coffee and Janine? I don't know whoever else out there. Can they make songs without putting each other down or bashing women? And then at the end of the day, they're gonna say they're about woman empowerment. Like, bitch, you always be singing songs as though you are a bitch's greatest enemy. Like you where's the Sisters Keeper song? Look out, they may come with that now because I just said it. Where's the value? Where's the substance that you're dispensing to people? All you keep be saying is how you look, what you be getting, what like, stop that shit. And then be using what you consider your what it's supposed to be personal. You be like, oh, you talking about that. Okay, so you do anal because I spoke about it. But I didn't speak about it for attention. I spoke to educate people on how to do that shit. And you thought that was cool to go on on an interview and to talk about it. Oh, you did it once. Nobody fucking cares. Why was that even a topic? Is you a porn star or is you a performer? Because there's no way you are a musician, point blank. I'm tired of this fuckery. Bitches come in the music industry, porn star bitches, or promo girl bitches, and trying to act like they're musicians, and they're not. You a performer though, because you know how to put up a fucking act. Sela, you are definitely a performer. You're not an artist. You're not a musician. You are a performer. You definitely, and not the artistic kind. You do know how to put up an act. I saw one of these vloggers. They posted something, and a video. They uploaded a video, And they were talking about the album sales, blah blah blah, not be doing shit. And um I don't remember exactly what he said. It was a he. And I made a comment, and it's so true. Let me just tell you. Oh, before I go on to that, because they tie into each other. When she made that statement in the Dolly song, paraphrasing, because I don't remember exactly word for word, she said, why them so mad is because them look aggy, and she, I guess that Dolly, something like that. Okay. Oh, man, oh man. I don't even want to touch on the bitches who, their names are called into the whole, fuckery, those ex dancers of Spice and shit. Because, like, those are some of the dumbest bitches. Because what people don't understand is Shenseea is a user. It's all there in her astrological aspects. It's there in her aspects. She's a user. And she used them. Okay, I heard that, because I don't follow them bitches. I never did. Still don't. I heard that they're the ones who first came up with the whole Dolly, shit. And if you really think about it, Nicki Minaj is actually the originator of that shit. But let's just say, okay, them here in Jamaica. And she used them to capitalize because she has no originality. And that lawsuit with that lick song, it is gonna manifest. And they are scared shit. Let me just say that in case you want to know how they be feeling and they are scared shit. Because somehow they didn't expect the person to say anything. Again, because she's a light skinned bitch. You feel what I'm trying to you get what I'm trying to say here? These are not white people robbing from black people. These are black people robbing from other black people because they're light skinned. Because their mama was a hoe, got fucked by a Chinese bro, okay, who was most likely married. That's why she don't even know her daddy. And she thinks that because she's half Chinese, that makes her better than, I don't know, a chick who is like, I don't know, 85% black. Because the truth is, none of us are, none of us were descendants of the transatlantic slave trade or 100% African. We all mixed. And that's the arrogance of it all. Like, you like, oh, you mixed. What, bitch, we all fucking mixed. Damn. You're so shallow, you don't even know that? Genetics and all of that shit? Damn. History and all of that shit? But it's what's happening and been happening. Especially since, like, maybe the last 2 decades. It's what's been happening. Like, maybe, like, the late 90s to early 2000s. Because if you look at back in the days, dark-skinned sisters were putting out music and people loved them. What about Diana Ross and what did they call the group that Diana Ross was a part of? And you got Tina Turner. Those aren't light-skinned bitches. You had dark-skinned bitches, making waves in Jamaica, like Lady Saw. She ain't light-skinned. But I don't know. That's why I said this insipid-looking, grotesque piece of shit Romeich is fucking up the music industry in Jamaica with a shallow, fucked up, arrogant mentality and perspective of life on life. They'd be like, oh, I saw someone made a post on Twitter to San needs a manager like Romeich. I was like, I had to respond. I'm like, what for? To prostitute her throughout the music industry? I don't think so. I believe if Tessan wanted all that fame and glory, she could have gotten that. And everybody frightened for fame. And that's something that people need to understand. Because even though a bitch does music, that don't mean that she cares about the fame. And if that's what you care about, why you do music, bitch, you a hoe. You not a musician. You a hoe performing. That's what you are. So when she made that statement, in the introduction of the Dolly song, it's like one of the most arrogant fucking songs. I still don't even know what to say about that lick song or video because I am yet to listen to the song or to watch the video. Because I don't be like people be like wasting my views on people who don't deserve. Let their bots do that shit for them. And when the bot system crumbles, you will see. Because all them bots, subscribers, and followers, they're going to lose. And you're going to really see how many people really give two fucks about them. Okay? She has the most arrogant songs, if you think about it. She's always disrespecting women. She's always trying to make herself seem... When you are always spitting in people's faces like that, what the fuck do you expect? You expect them to like you? To want to support you? So that you can step on them some more? That's not gonna work. And so she started this shit all the wrong way. She started it wrong, incorrectly, and there's no going back. There's no going back. Her career is done. It's destroyed. It's not... She's trying to target a different market. But you fucked up your previous employment. Bitch, there's no other employment for you. You burnt your bridge. And so pretty much the other folks, they don't give two fucks about you because, hey, you desperate because you burnt your bridge. So when she was talking about, oh, to them look aggy and she must see a dahlia or some shit like that, let me tell you, she's talking about skin complexion. That bitch has always been low-key competing against Spice, and they're trying to make it... When she did that interview, as according to what I heard, because I didn't actually listen, allegedly, she was like, she tried to reach out to Spice because she's under fire for being a shady bitch. And you know what Spirit says? That's a lie. She did not try to reach out to Spice. She and that motherfucker Romeich, they have been in cahoots against Spice from the get-go. And they saw they could not push Spice out of the Jamaican market. And they're low-key stalking Spice also. So they're trying to compete against her in the American market. And the bitches, they still don't even like her. Because wherever she goes, she takes drama. Bitch, you need to humble your fucking self. There's so many pretty bitches out there. There's so many other light-skinned bitches too. There's so many bitches out there mixed with Chinese. You got bitches out there mixed with Japanese and all kinds of shit. And some of them even cuter than you. But then again, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Some of them are more beautiful than you to some people. So get a hold of your fucking self. And that's something she'd never mastered or even learned. Because social conditioning taught her that she didn't have to work too hard. Oh, because you are browning. Mind you, that's not the color of brown. Okay? People don't even know what color is. People within the black community, they be calling a brown chick black. And we know you really have people who are black. Okay? But a lot of these chicks, they're calling black or brown. Brown skin. And these bitches, they be calling brownies. They're yellow. You know, some of them, coppery in complexion. Some of them are caramel in complexion. But they ain't fucking brown. So that's something else that needs clarity. The fuck is this? You ain't sugar. Not the granulated sugar, nor the brown sugar. Okay? The granulated sugar is the porcelain white bitches. And the brown sugar, the brown bitches. Okay? Alright. And you ain't brown. Alright? So she's really arrogant. She's very arrogant. You're not a little brown Brownie. No. You yellowish, I guess, caramel color or some shit. Start using the correct color in your fucking songs. And stop being arrogant as fuck. Okay, so that is what it is, because Spice ain't ugly. Spice was never ugly, even before she got her rise. I'm not a fan of Spice. I feel like I gotta say that, because sometimes when you speak the truth and you give someone their props, people think that you are a cloud chaser or an ass kisser. The fuck is this? It's the truth. Spice ain't ever been ugly, and she still ain't ugly. But what and she, that song she did, I can say she makes way more sense than Shenseea, because some of the songs that she does, they actually make sense. The black hypocrisy. Because if she was light skinned, a lot of these motherfuckers who claim that she's ugly wouldn't be saying she's ugly. But their minds are so small, they cannot pay attention to features, minute details, how a person's face is shaped, how their nose and their eyes and lips are in alignment with the shape of their faces. They only see complexion. And you could be Godzilla, but as long as you fucking light skin, you the it girl and you beautiful. Fuck is this? They ain't even paying attention to the fucking scaly skin. And this is within the black music industry. The white music industry has nothing to do with this, contrary to what they want you to believe. She ran to get an album done because she wanted a Grammy, and everything was pretty much rushed. You don't get anywhere in the music industry by being a hoe, a thought. You get somewhere, you get them accolades, you get them respect when you respect your fucking self. Not by being an industry whore and fucking with every man and woman you collaborate with for collaborations. That's not how you make your name long lasting. That's not how you gonna be remembered as the bitch who was trying to get there but never did because she was too fucking stupid and arrogant. And that's simple. That's just what it is. You see Coffee, she's being herself. Even with people criticizing her, saying she's this or that, which is none of their goddamn business, she's being her goddamn self. She's getting a lot of support from the international market. And that's because she's true to self. I don't know, maybe she's got a moon in Aquarius or something like that. I think she's a sun in Aquarius, but maybe she also got moon in Aquarius or something like that. But she's true. That's what I be saying. Laboring people, you got to get your shit together and stop being follow fashions. People also who are sun in Aries, sun in the fire signs, and the risings in fire signs. You need to stop imitating people. We know it's the best form of flattery, but you need to get your own shit together. And that's the only way you're going to get respect. Not trying to rob someone else's creative work and shit. That's not how you do it. Because nowadays in the age of Aquarius, Five of Swords, nobody is afraid to call anybody out on their bullshit. You could be a billionaire, a trillionaire, millionaire. We don't fucking care. It's that Five of Swords energy, bitch. So if you gonna call another woman ugly because she's dark skinned, let me just tell you, the dark skinned people ain't gonna like you. The light skinned ones who got, conscious reasoning abilities ain't gonna fucking like you either. And sure as fuck, white people ain't gonna like you. Because the white people who fuck with black people, They fuck with the dark skinned black people. And they don't like that arrogance. Which you already projected that. And you cannot change that. You cannot wipe that away. It's impossible. You cannot, go back into time. Some of us might be able to, but not you. You're too stupid. Boo. Okay? It's just not gonna happen. I hate arrogant bitches and ninjas. Like, if you just want me to not deal with you, just be arrogant as fuck. And that's exactly the way spirit is. You being arrogant is not you loving yourself. That's just you hating on other people. Arrogance and self-love are completely two different frequencies and energies. One is low vibrational and one is high vibrational. It is what it is. I hear some of the people trying to get rid of that terminology. High vibrational, low vibrational. What the fuck is this? Some of these people are just too fucking much. And I just like some of these people, I don't even give them the time of day by responding to their fuckery. Because I'm like, you stupid as fuck if you're gonna think that or say that. Because like I said, the structures are just as important as the non-structures, okay? Identity is still important. It's guidance. I'm reading it, guys. You seldomly see these light skinned black chicks settle down with Caucasian men. Because they don't fancy the light skinned black bitches. It's the truth. And so they head for these dark skinned ninjas. You have a lot of them. You got Yandy Phillips. We see Shenseea doing the same shit. Rihanna's doing the same shit to Beyonce. They all do that shit because they want to feel glorified. They want to keep that cycle of them feeling pompous and shit, and they can only get that from a dark skinned black ninja who don't like his own goddamn self, who regretted that his mama was a black bitch. But what he should have regretted is that his daddy was a black ninja, because that's the life thereof, the seed, the sperm. And even then, still can be dark skinned, still can be born dark skinned. And they head for these men because they seemingly glorify them, but they get the same fucked up treatment that the dark skinned black women get. And the white women, they get the same fucked up treatment that the dark skinned black women get. And so at the end of the day, they eventually learn the hard way that, hey, ain't nothing wrong with black women why this man is a fucking loser or a fucking douchebag. It is just completely that he's narcissistic. He has no self-love. He has zero self-esteem, and he's the biggest loser. You had like light-skinned bitches showing off and creating drama with dark-skinned bitches because they're shallow as fuck, and only to get dumped and to be cheated on and to be hauled and pulled and get fucked up in their faces, just like the dark-skinned bitches. How one person treats another person has nothing to do with that other person. It's completely to do with them. So if you gonna be abusive, but that's not because the bitch is arrogant or she asks for it. It's because you a motherfucking, a woman beater. You a punk. And what I've noticed most, if not all of the times, these men who beat women, they're cowards. And they would never approach a man the way they approach a woman. I'm telling you, it's experience that I've got. They're fucking cowards. Here in Jamaica, we say a woman's strength them have. How fucked up and lame is that? And then like this chick now, the ex of this I don't even know what to call that ninja. He just like sicks my stomach just by looking at him. His aura is so corrupt and nasty, and he got some STD. Again, I say for entertainment purposes, London on the track. That's that pussy I'm talking about. Let me tell you guys. You see, when you break up with your ex, and all of a sudden they're coming back around, like they've seen the light. Listen, just move to the right and just move in time. Move on time. Don't be like, don't take that as a boost to your ego. Oh, yeah, bitch will no good, or no want to bitch again, or can't stop thinking about me. A lot of times these men only come back when they caught something and they want to spread it to you. Because either one, they want to say that you're the one who gave them the STD, the HIV, AIDS. But sometimes it's because they're so narcissistic and hateful that they don't want to bear that karma all alone. Because then, oh, they're going to feel like, oh, damn, that's judgment. That bitch was a good bitch. And you left her and you got with a bitch who had HIV, who got HIV. And so he feels like, oh, damn, I got to give it to the ex. Because I'm not going to live with this and she's okay with good health. So you need to, like, spite does produce the worst karma. Don't take that as a shot or boost your ego, I should say, and get back with them exes. Let them go. Because the only way these men ever return is after they caught some STD. And I'm telling you for real, Spirit has laid that heavy in my spirit to dispense and deliver to people, to the collective. Let them fucking go. There's other fishes in the sea. Wally Pahuda Street. I can never understand how women allow themselves to be so weak to these motherfuckers. Like, the mere fact that he's an asshole, why does that turn you on? I cannot fathom or understand that psyche or mentality. I just don't. And I don't ever want to understand it. Because it really and truthfully makes no fucking sense. You feel me? When you compete, you lose. And spite does produce the worst karma. Because those ex-dancers are spies. They got with Shenseea in that, I wouldn't even call that a collaboration. Highway robbery in front of their dumb, stupid ass motherfucking faces. And it was supposed to spice? Damn. Of course it didn't. You know, I don't know how she felt, but that didn't seem like a blow to me. That just seemed like a really pathetic low life thing to do. And they're pretending, that motherfucking bitch ass Romeich, he's pretending like, oh, there ain't a problem with them and Spice, or between them and Spice. They're creating the drama behind the scenes. They're the fucking ones doing this shit. Because he thinks that, oh, she's light skinned, so she gotta make it. Because what? Being light skinned is being a motherfucking god? How about you do some goddess shit and get some album sales if that makes you a fucking god. But no, it doesn't. Because you cannot even help your own fucking career. And with all the help the bitch has been getting, she's still getting no fucking where. And that's why I be telling people, you living in your north node. And if your north node say you gotta be in a certain frequency and you not in that frequency, you are going nowhere fast. You, as a matter of fact, you going nowhere. Except to the bottom. In hell. Okay? And I don't mean a literal place, I mean a frequency. What is this? I'm eating some more. I be telling people the seed is in the man. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you a black man and you knocked up a white chick and the baby looks almost or completely Caucasian, that's not your motherfucking baby. You will always and can only get black kids. It is only the black woman who can procreate with a Chinese man and the baby looks completely Chinese. Who can procreate with a Caucasian man and the baby looks completely Caucasian. I've seen so many instances of this. Why is it that the bitches gotta be fighting each other? Because hey, that one's light skinned and that one's dark skinned. And y'all, and these ninjas hate themselves. But little do they know, ninja, you would have to just kill your fucking self and reborn as a Caucasian man to get you a fucking Caucasian or white baby. Fuck is this? Idiots. When you see these black men with these women from other races and the babies look nothing black, it's not their babies, I'm telling you. We do know the mothers, we share in the genetical makeup of these babies. But I'm telling you, the foundation and the basis of the kid is the sperm. That's the fertilizer. And sometimes what these guys don't know, you get with a light-skinned black chick, and this is scientific. She got certain genes dominant in her. And that gene becomes recessive in her kids. So when you be looking at a bitch and she's light-skinned, she's a light-skinned black chick, and you get with her, she may look really light-skinned. She may seemingly pull more from the non-black, aspect of her makeup. But the kid that she gonna have gonna show that. That's what I'm talking about. Recessive genes and dominant genes. They skip generations. So what's dominant in this gene becomes recessive in the other generation. What's dominant in this generation, I should say, becomes recessive in the other. And vice versa. What's recessive in that one might become dominant in the following one. Ninjas, they are stupid as fuck. They don't know shit like this. And you got ninjas knocking up dark-skinned chicks, and they're giving birth to light-skinned babies. Not like that's a surprise, but it's a surprise to them. So I'm like enlightening these ninjas. And you'd be like, how? I'm dark-skinned, you're dark-skinned, and yet our babies are light-skinned. Or babies light-skinned. Could be jacket, but there's a strong scientific reasoning behind that. The bitch, she had maybe a parent or a grandparent who was light-skinned. Oh, it skipped maybe 2 generations. Her mama and her. But became dominant in her kid. That's science for you. You feel what I'm trying to say? So you can never really tell what gene is going to be dominant, because sometimes it may skip 2 generations. Maybe 3 generations. Maybe 1 generation. And where the grandma may have been, of another race or mixed, it don't show in that, it may not show in your mama, but it shows in you. You feel what I'm trying to say? And there's some that want to talk about Rihanna too, about her pregnancy and the appearance of the child. Okay, This is astrological as well as scientific. So I'm gonna have to definitely do another video, because this is like, I just want to wanted to clear shit up, because gone are the days where the music industry, the black music industry, is allowed to be fucked up. The ancestors are angry and they're fucking shit up. Okay, so that's what's going on. You gonna call a bitch, say a bitch looks aggy, which is to say ugly, because she's dark skinned? Because tell me, because that was definitely throwing shade at Spice. Tell me what the fuck is ugly about Spice. You just tell me. Does she, have ugly, deformed eyes? And even then, we're not supposed to criticize people's physical forms. That's shallow as fuck. But tell me, is it her eyes? Is it her nose? Her lips? Because none of those features are ugly to me. The shape of her face? Ain't nothing wrong with the shape of her face. If I had a problem, I would say, okay, I don't like thick. That's not like fat. I don't like fat. I like skinny. That's me, but that's my preference. And that still ain't gonna make her look ugly to me. It might make her not so attractive to me, but that don't make her ugly. She's just not my type body. And she don't gotta be, because hey, I'm not homosexual. I'm not into chicks. Ain't nothing wrong with being into chicks. 46, 46. That's just who I am. I'm just not into chicks. You cannot convert someone who is heterosexual into a homosexual. When someone seemingly crossed over, they were always that, okay? Well, some of them do try to put up appearances for money, for attention, to be some bitch's sugar baby or some ninja's sugar baby, okay? So why the fuck makes Spice ugly? Because that's definitely, she was talking about Spice. And the only thing that I can think of why they're saying Spice is ugly is because she's dark skinned. Literally, a bitch could look like a gorilla or a Godzilla and be light skinned, and a majority of the people in the black community think she's sexy, she's dope, and she's cute. That's fucked up, but that's how it is within black communities. And then she gonna cuss black people out. And she's not a dark-skinned black bitch. If anything, black people glorifies her because they don't even love themselves. So anything with a light pigment, oh, they worship that shit. But because she's trying to take on a destiny, a fate, a North Node that is not motherfucking hers, she's making a fucking fool of herself. Talking about black people this, and it's the dark-skinned black people that. Bitch, it's the dark-skinned black people made you feel like you're somebody that you're not. Whether they have the money to purchase your shit or not, they're the ones who gave you a little clout and attention. And chose you over Spice, not because you're a better performer than Spice, but because they don't love their black asses. And so they definitely won't like Spices either. And now I heard this thing, I don't know how true it is, that Joe Bogdanovich, or whatever the fuck his last name is, ever since he took over the Sumfest, he just fucked that shit up. Some people just don't got any good energies at all, man. Because he reminds me of Romeich. Just some horny little motherfuckers who don't have any good work ethics and be just like using, the carnal and shallow ways of doing business. Shady as fuck. And that's why him and his label, there ain't shit going for it. You ain't hear shit about him. I guess because it's coming around to Sumfest time now. And I heard that they didn't book Spice, but they booked Shenseea. I'm like, are they stupid as fuck? Because as far as I can remember, the only two performances I always look forward to watching, because I never went, is Spice's performance. Though like I said, I'm not a fan of her. Um, I'm not a fan of hers. But Dexter Daps, not a fan of his either. But you gotta give on to Caesar what's due on to them. Okay? It ain't got nothing to do with whether you like a ninja. Okay, or a bitch. Well, it depends. Because some people, they're so obnoxious that I wouldn't even give listening their music or liking their music or performances a chance. So it does kind of affect it. But for me, there isn't a strong not liking of Spice or Dexter Daps that would just make me not want to give them their crown. They're the best Jamaican performers, and that's for real. I remember one particular, and the foreigners, they love Spice. Because I remember at the time when Spice did that, was the one with Under the Sheet, when she brought the bed on the stage, and there's this Japanese guy that was, part of the act that was on stage with her. I don't know if that was impromptu or if it was an act. Okay, a part of the, it was a script or something. And I remember I was talking to this guy in the Netherlands, and I'm like, he was so in love with Spice. She was like his favorite because of her energy and her zeal and enthusiasm. You know that she loves what she does. And she's not always thinking about taking a bitch man or being some side chick or, showing off on some bitch. She's not always thinking about that. She thinks about all the shit. She thinks about getting fucked by her man, blah blah blah. She talks about, she thinks about all the shit. You feel what I'm trying to say? Not the most versatile performer, but she's got way more style, pattern, and versatility than Shenseea. Now, I feel like this rushed album that they pushed out, I don't know if it's getting to Joe's head or whatever, plus the light skinness and all of that shit. He's a white man, but let me tell you something. These people from other races who have been Jamaicanized, they have the same fucked up dirty mentality as the dark skinned Jamaicans. And that's why for me, I told myself, if I'm going to get involved with a Caucasian man, I don't want the Caucasian Jamaican. Now, I don't want to sound shallow in saying that, but I'm just specifying here. I don't want this Caucasian guy who's obsessed with Jamaican culture, and he is a part of the culture. He acts like the general public, because the general public here is arrogant as fuck. Okay? You gotta be someone who lives in another country and who could give two fucks about Jamaican culture. They don't hate it, but they're not too riled up about it. Because I noticed those Caucasian men, they're assholes just like the Jamaican men. And I cannot deal with that. That's the whole point. I'm running away from these Jamaican men. That's the whole point overall. Why I'm running away from these black men, not just Jamaican men. The drama, the lack of self-love, and the lack of appreciation for the dark-skinned black woman. Because they come here and eventually they adopt the same mentality. It's frequencies and energies, guys. You lie with dogs, you rise with fleas. They got fucked up mentalities. You develop that too over time. A little leaven does leaven up the whole lump. That's why you be careful of the people you interact with, you socialize with, you correspond with, you mix and mingle with. Because they're fucked up, you've been around them, eventually you're going to be fucked up. It's as simple as it is, But he loved Spice. How energetic she was, and she's a wonderful performer. I think Joe not having Spice at this year's Soundfest, it don't matter if, you just want to change it up a shit. Sometimes you got to stick to the evil that you know, because the new shit that comes in or that's coming in ain't no fucking good. And you got to keep the evil that you know until you see something that's worth adding to what you already got or swapping. She does not. She does not have the energy. She does not have the crowd pulling energy. Literally, I saw someone posted that, and it's true. She does not. I could literally teach these people how to be managers of music or to be, business producer, music producers, because they don't have any fucking sense, or to organize, events and functions, because I am not partial. I'm not biased. I'm a businesswoman, and there's no way, even if I don't like your fucking ass, as long as you are best at what you do, okay, we can have, a business agreement. The fuck is this? People let their personal feelings get involved in business too much, and that's why a lot of these people, their businesses crumble before they even got erected, if that makes any fucking sense. Yeah. I was gonna say black people especially. And these white people who are trying to be black. You pick up the same fucked up mentality. I'm not saying every black person is fucked up, because I'm not. But if we're honest, majority of black people are fucked up. The truth is the truth. And it's stuff like this that I be saying on my platforms. It's not just now I'm saying this. I've been saying this for a long fucking time. And it's shit like this I've been saying that a bitch has been watching and scouting me out and trying to imitate. But it does not apply to her, because she is a part of the fucking problem. How can you disrespect the people who put you up on a fucking pedestal and try to belittle them? Oh, the dark skinned black. Bitch, they're the ones who idolize you, because the white man doesn't idolize you unless he's been Jamaicanized or, Africanized and shit like that. And I wouldn't even say Africanized unless he's been Jamaicanized. But a white man ain't like that. He's not going to put you up on a pedestal. That's a lie they've been telling. It's the dark-skinned black people. And it ain't even the light-skinned black people putting you on a fucking pedestal. The fuck is this? Because they see you as their competition. And will always see you as their competition. It's the dark-skinned ones who glorify light-skinnedness. The self-hating dark-skinned ones. Because not all of us are self-haters. But it's those are the ones. And you put them down. It's her majority of her fan base are arrogant motherfucking dark-skinned black people. And it's the fucking truth. And the politicians, so they can use her and manipulate her to manipulate the masses. But they are stupid, because she ain't going anywhere. Nowhere fucking good. Gone are the days where you light-skinned bitches do so little and get so much. It's the age of Aquarius. Justice, sudden justice, and balance. So you put out the fucking work or you go home. And you don't come and pose like a dolly on a fucking shelf. Even though I've never seen a Ross-clad fat dolly. But no offense to the thick chicks out there. Unless you guys are going to be making the thick dolls now. Or maybe I don't know if those thick dolls, maybe they already have them. But unless they're going to start making thick dolls, then that bitch is a doll. You're not a doll. Dolls are skinny. You be talking about something that you don't even fully know or understand yourself. But she's kind of right, because like with all them surgeries done, and because I called her out on being insecure about what I said about her flip-flop tits, she did the surgery when I called her out, on the flip-flop tits, and when I called her out on being so insecure because of what I said, she went to get some of the substance, whatever it is she put in her boobs, removed, or I'm not sure if it's all. So her boobs may look a little bit, saggy or from how they looked after getting the implant. But that bitch is as insecure as insecurities come. Okay? And that's why I'm not dealing with Libran man. I remember coming across this man, this Libran, on a dating app, and he started saying certain shit. It doesn't take. Listen, it doesn't take much for me to fucking block and delete you, because if listen, I know how to study cycles. I know how to read, energies and study, and I can tell the ending of a situation, you know, before the beginning. Let's just say that, if that makes sense. And it was like he was with this dark skin. See, like, I was with this dark skinned black chick, and the people, because I was talking about the lack of self love within the black community and how pathetic and sickening it is. I was talking about he had a dark skinned. He was with a dark skinned woman. I think she was his first baby mama. These black men, and there's several baby mamas, and then they try to put black women down for having, several baby daddies. Such fucking hypocrisy and double standards. But anyways, if you're allowed to be a hoe, not saying that having several different fathers or mothers, to your kids is making you a hoe, then the woman should be allowed to be a hoe too. Especially with these men not being conventional anyway, because if they were, they would know that the man is supposed to be the main breadwinner, which none of them seem to fucking care about anyways. But they want to have their cakes and eat it. But okay, only with the black man. And he was talking about, he was with this dark-skinned woman, and, in his earlier years, and people, had a lot of negative to say about her because of her skin complexion, because she was really dark. And he said it got to a point where it became an issue in the relationship, and that led to their break. I'm like, damn, your relationship broke up over something as that shouldn't have even been an issue to begin with. I don't want a relationship with you, because you know what I immediately read from his energy field? He allowed what people to say to turn his mind away from that woman, and to no longer see her, or to not see her as attractive. And it's an issue that I have with a lot of Librans. And I'd be like, I don't want a Libran man. I don't think I want a relationship with any air signs. Okay, I'm not putting you air signs down if any of you are listening in. But if you think about it, the air sign men are the most toxic. The Geminis, that's like dealing with a man and his bitch at the same time. Okay? That Kanye West kind of fuckery. Okay? It's like dealing with a bitch. Let me just say that. And if you're not homosexual, don't deal with Gemini men. They like to say shit to hurt people's feelings. They like to, be, cold and the Queen of Swords towards people. But nah, that should not be reciprocated. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Okay? So these men with Gemini, highly aspected, like, definitely the sun and possibly somewhere else, but definitely sun. Don't deal with them. Save yourself from the problems that they come with. And then Libra, they will always listen to popular opinion. And if a large group, if the public says they shouldn't fuck with you, and you know good and you're not attractive, they're gonna believe that shit. Believe you me. It's air, it's wind, and the wind is shifty. It's shifty. Today it's blowing that way, tomorrow it's another way. They're easily manipulated. And you don't want that shit. I would say the earth signs are the best men or the best women to be with. And it's the truth. Because they embody discipline and stability and routine. They're not going to switch on you like that. Unless they got like a Gemini North Node. If you know what I'm trying to say. A Gemini rising. Then Yeah. So I don't trust these air sign men. They're full of shit. These water sign men, they play too many games, and they're too much in themselves, and cause they put their own selves in illusions. They call themselves to be delusional. They put themselves in illusions, and sometimes think themselves more than which they are, especially if they got fire highly aspected. You feel what I'm trying to say? And maybe also air and in a placement where in which people be gaslighting them, and that floats their fucking boat. But some of the most stable partners I can pinpoint are earth signs. The fire signs are fucking cheaters, and they're full of drama and very argumentative. There will always be baby mama drama with them, or drama dealing with their mamas, their siblings, and all of that fucking shit. So yeah, earth signs are focused on building. They're focused on grooming, rearing, starting families, rearing, children, starting business, grooming their businesses, making money. And it's the truth. I'm not discriminating against other elements. They also have their advantages. The fire signs, the air signs, the water signs. But I'm talking in terms of relationships. They don't make good partners. And it's the truth. And that's why I know that Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, they're not having the time of their lives. Regardless of what they project to the public. For all them other instances when the paparazzis and the camera people catch them off guard, you see their true feelings. They look miserable as fuck. And that's because they are. Because A$AP is a sun in Gemini, and Rihanna is a sun in Pisces. And you all heard what I just said about, what Pisces is a water sign and Libra is an air sign. Plus they're both year of the dragon people, and that's a lot of fucking tantrum and drama and jealousy. So you know how that relationship is. We don't even need a god. We don't even need to know them. Just know their astrological aspects. That's enough for us to know what the fuck be going on in their lives. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to talk about. I may just touch on the Rihanna issue in this, because what Apollo revealed to me, the baby was not naturally conceived. Now, it is not A$AP Rocky's baby. I already said that. And I already said whose baby it supposedly is. Okay? But it was not through natural conception. That's what Spirit said. And she will be having, and she will be having a dark-skinned baby girl. You watch and see. And let me just tell you something. The baby, they're not going to show the baby that much. It ain't going to be a cute baby. It's the truth. I'm telling you exactly what Spirit is saying. If you don't like it, stop listening to my videos. Because most of them are just audio made videos. So she's having a dark skinned baby girl. I'm not sure about the eyes. The eyes may be the baby may have either hazel eyes or light brown eyes. But definitely the baby is gonna be dark skinned. And it's not just because A$AP is dark skinned, but it's also Rihanna's natal aspects. Why? Okay? It was not natural conception, though. There's something nasty that was done. Something nasty was done. He acquired that man's sperm. Now, we have bitches who are not wealthy and have, people at their disposal be doing shit like that. Moreover, a chick like her. But she did that to manipulate several situations. Hi, baby. Good afternoon. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, okay. Uh, okay, baby. I'm recording. Soon finish talk to you. I love you, King Puppy. Pop Star Ash. Okay, so it's not her egg, because I remember doing a video on sacrificial offerings, right? And a lot of times these bitches, they get pregnant, sacrifice these babies, they never come to fruition. And so a lot of times you see them and they look pregnant and be like, oh, I'm not pregnant. They were actually pregnant. And doing that over time to their wombs fucked up their wombs, fucked up their ovaries and shit like that. So the egg ain't hers. If you know what I'm trying to say. She cannot have children. The egg isn't hers. It wasn't natural conception. You know when a bitch gives a guy head and lets him, loads off into her mouth? You know some bitches actually collects that guy's sperm, right? They be like, oh, they're going to the bathroom. And they just spit that in a little container. If you know what I'm trying to say. I don't even know if that makes sense, but that's what Apollo was saying to me. Bitches do that, you know. Some of them, they go to sperm banks. They purchase women's eggs and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Of course, they can have doctors on standby, because I don't know how long, a sperm lives outside of a body. Don't fucking ask me. I don't know. I'm just saying what Apollo said. I feel like along the way, it'll make sense to me. I don't really see the connection of that. How she would be carrying Jay-Z's baby. Those are not her eggs. How she would get the sperm to get into that egg. Because I don't know how long a sperm lives outside of the male body. I don't know how long the half-life is of a sperm. I don't know. But I'm sure it will eventually make sense. Because a lot of shit that came to me last year just really didn't seem to make sense to me. And, as time progressed, they began making sense. So bear with me, guys. Follow me on this journey. And, let us see what's going to unfold and what's unfolding and ish like that, okay? So, I don't have to bother make that second video because I just want this to be done and over with. And ish. When does Mercury enter Aries? Let me check. Man, I love astrology. Damn. Damn, I love my gifts and my abilities. So Mercury enters Aries. Okay, definitely before March comes to an end, which is soon. Wait, today is what date? The 22nd. Okay. But do know this based on the aspects right now. Everything that I'm saying is true. That I know for a fact. Okay? Based on these aspects. Or is Venus again? Okay. Let me see something. I'm just checking something, guys. I don't know why Spirit is saying something about a miscarriage. Doesn't have to do with Rihanna, or it could. What, I don't know. I'm just looking at the Venus aspect right now. Um, Maybe someone tried to trigger a miscarriage. Could be either of them, him or her. Okay. But the thing is, what I've learned through, epiphany and intuition, you may try to kill a child. Let me tell you, abortion doesn't work on any and every baby. It don't matter what the fuck you do, or what you take, or what you don't do, or what you don't take. If a child is supposed to be born, there's nothing you can do to stop that. You feel what I'm trying to say? Okay. So someone could have been trying to commit an abortion here or trigger a miscarriage. Okay? Or someone is trying that now. Let me see when Venus leaves that aspect. Okay? But I feel like someone is too far along now, and that's why it's not coming off as abortion. Maybe earlier that's what it was. But now is someone's actually trying to trigger a miscarriage, okay? It could be either party, the male or the female, or the man who's really the kid's father, because maybe a bitch hit him up and said, "Hey, I'm pregnant with your kid." He'd been loading off in her, but she couldn't get pregnant. So what she did, collected his sperm, took that, got that, injected into someone else's egg and put that shit in her body. Or however the doctors, they do that. Um, Now, I want to touch on even the Romeich and Shenseea, because I remember the guy said that they're not posting that much. They're pretty silent, and that's because they're ashamed of shit not going as they planned, or they're not getting any support. Okay, where that fucking album is concerned, but it's because of justice. They're facing justice for some interference, for something they did to a star or an astrologer. That's why they're not, appearing so much on social media. That's why they're not posting a bunch. Okay? That's what it is. Let me see what other They're getting the reward. They're being rewarded by Jupiter. Okay? Because they weren't playing nice. They weren't being nice. I'm just reading into some astrological aspects right here. So we got somebody behind the scenes is doing rhinoplasty surgery, or they did that and they're healing from that, or they're trying to change something about their face through surgery. Okay? Yeah, somebody did take someone's sperms. Okay, someone loaded off in someone's mouth. They took that, and because they're not fertile, this person is futile. They got a futile womb. It cannot bring forth any babies, and they took that and got that implanted in someone else's egg, and got that implanted into their womb to pretend. And that's why, you never see smoke without fire, because she's so adamant on people seeing that she really is pregnant. And when you see people are so adamant on proving a particular point, that's because they have shit hiding. You gotta know psychology, because people be using reverse psychology all the time. And you gotta be able to see beyond the smokes and mirrors. You gotta awaken your third eye and get that shit balanced and keep it balanced along with your other chakras. Okay? The ones in between. So definitely I do see that. Okay? Reading some astrological aspects here. Shit's coming in because the hiding is going to increase, because someone is facing heavy judgment here. Heavy judgment. And going into April, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be posting much or anything at all in April. Sela, excuse me, that was a burp. The stomach. Okay, maybe that's a confirmation from Apollo, because you just never know. But so I'm saying all of this from now. Someone is going to be hiding, okay, that they're sick, because it's a lesson they're going to be facing where sorcery and black magic is concerned. Okay? And this person, oh my God, they're going to go through serious and heavy judgment. Okay? I have a strong feeling this is Shenseea, but this could also, and could be Rihanna and others out there who've been playing fool. Okay? But somebody, their luck is about to transform and ran the fuck out. Some people, this is peace coming in. Okay, why the fuck am I doing this? Like, it's like I'm on Sky Goddess Infinity Inc. and I'm reading transits, astrological transits. But I'm just saying it's in relation to these fucking, celebrities or wannabe celebrities and stars. Okay, you're a star. You've been a celebrity. The fuck is it? Is this? Listen, they're gonna come with the same. They're gonna regurgitate a lot of what I'm saying and a lot of what I've been saying. You just listen. Just listen, guys. Don't stalk bitches. But, tell Spirit you want to see the truth. And you don't even have to follow them on social media or look them up, but it will just pop up in your feeds. Or you'll just hear someone talking about it. Or you'll just see it at the front page of the Gleaner, the Star, the Observer, or whichever news paper that's in your region. Okay, you'll see what I'm saying manifest. Okay? But somebody, yeah. And another thing that I want to say, Romeich and Shenseea, she's still his bitch. She's still his hoe. Let me just say that. He parading this new bitch because he's trying to deceive people. You gotta read beyond smokes and mirrors to think that he and Shenseea ain't a thing, so he can continue to prostitute her. Oh, she's single, so he can use her to get with these rappers and these, because they're the only ones that's stupid, enough to splurge on bitches, and some of them, as to what I'm hearing, got a propensity of taking back shit. And listen, me don't want to take it back, man, because that's just a lot of shame and disgrace. Okay, so based and abound. If you know a ninja has a propensity of giving bitches shit and take it back, listen, well, for me at least, I don't want shit from him. Because you're not going to be playing them games with me. I'm not a kid, I'm a grown woman. A lot of these bitches, they look old. Like they're in their late 30s and they're just in their 20s. Or they're in, their 40s. And they're so stupid. And, they're on the streets all the time, and yet they are not streetwise. I mean, like, what's the point though? Bitch, stay in your house, because you being on the streets don't do anything for you. Okay, so somebody gonna get peace. Okay, because the scales are being, there's a shift in the scales, and the wheel of fortune is turning. And so if you had your chance, whether you wasted that shit or fucked it up, it's done with. Backsies, okay? It's another bitch's turn. Pretty much that's what that means. Okay? And you try to stop that, that's instant death for you. You just signed you keep be signing your death warrants all over town, all over the globe, all over the cosmos. The fuck is this? You must not love yourself. They know themselves. So we got that coming in, Man, a lot of shit's gonna be blown up in April. A lot of shit's gonna be blowing up. That's all I can say. Shit is about to blow up. That's why I be telling people, just press on. Just motherfucking press on. Because, listen, you may not be getting your just reward now. But I keep saying I'm not religious. But there's a lot of inspiration that I've gotten from the Bible in terms of wise proverbs and sayings. Promotion does not... If you're the type of person who looks for a promotion from the north, the south, the east, the west, meaning to say, you looking for a promotion from people, listen, you gonna commit suicide and you gonna become really hopeless, because that's not where promotion comes from. Yeah, right? That's not where the rightful, firm, fixed and rooted generational promotion comes from. Okay, if you want the true, authentic, generational promotion, long lasting, really, pure promotion, where you don't got to be sacrificing people or killing people for that shit, you got to look above to the Great Spirit. And that's all I can say. So a lot of shit that I've been, speaking about, we are going to see them shit manifest. Okay? We going to see that shit manifest. For real, for real. And too, what I'm also getting, and I'm not saying this is in regards to Rihanna, because, like, how could I? I'm getting there's a bitch out there, a celebrity bitch, who's faking and pretending to be pregnant, and she's not. What is actually happening to her is black magic being ricocheted upon her. So she was trying to spoil someone else's shape, and all of a sudden, her gut's just gonna get big as though she's pregnant, but the bitch ain't pregnant. She's gonna lie to people and say that she's pregnant, and she's not pregnant. And as it goes closer to the due date, the supposed due date, she gonna come up with an excuse that the baby, she had a miscarriage or some shit, or she had an accident at work and the baby died, but the bitch was just never pregnant to begin with. Eventually she will go into hiding, because like, what else can you say after, lying to people that you've been knocked up and you're not knocked up and there's no baby to present, and shit like that. It's just crazy, guys. So that's another frequency that I'm picking up there. Okay. Along the way, it will be revealed who this bitch is. Who all the bitches are. So, yeah. Women need to also start being each other's keepers and stop, competing against others. I mean, like, it's so primitive. Women fighting each other over these men who I wouldn't I wouldn't choose them over a dog. The animal, the dog, I wouldn't choose some of these men over, most of them over dogs. Okay? And you got women, because it's just that primitive nature. A competing to me is primitive. If you with a guy, just be with a guy. You don't need to be arguing or throwing shades at his ex. Are you primitive or something? Why are you throwing shades at his ex? Are you attracted to his ex though? That could be another reason. Why do you even have to acknowledge her? Other than the purpose of, okay, Ninja be co-parenting and taking care of his kid, spending time with his kid, and you there too. Why the fuck can't people be civilized? These bitches, they're delusional. You're not civilized. And so, therefore, you can in no wise be all that when you're still a primitive beast and find the need for the tit for tat. And these bitches, that's how they think they get their clout and how they get fame. Not by producing music of substance, but by getting involved with toxic, ninjas and trying to start beef with their exes and their baby mamas. That's some real primitive shit. That's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna just leave this right there for you guys. Thanks for listening, and remember to fucking subscribe. I mean, if you're not subscribed, what the fuck you bother listening to these videos? Show your support, by listening to these recordings. Show your support by subscribing, liking the fucking videos if you like the content, and share to your peeps. Okay? Namaste.